How long do you think this took me to make? 1 hour? 20 hours? 50 hours? Well, none of these. This took me... So how did this take me so long? Well, we're about to find out. So, one day last year, I had the great idea to make a very simple game in 1 hour. The idea was super simple, legit just making a player dodge enemies while having to collect coins before they touch the ground. So as you would guess, this didn't take me very long, and after a few hours, I had a somewhat complete game. I of course had a few bugs and setbacks, but really it was a very simple project to make. Now, fast forward a bit and it's coming to our 1 year anniversary for the game. And to celebrate, I finally added some new features like making it full screen and adding a very random boss fight that didn't really fit in. These weren't the last changes I implemented, as something started to creep onto me. Something I like to call scope creep. If you don't know what I'm talking about, scope creep is the idea that a project gets bigger and bigger as you start to think of more cool ideas for it. So how does it affect me? Well, firstly, I'd want to make the game look very good for a long time, and to achieve this I would have to make legit everything look better. So, some of this was very easy to make, like new sprites for the enemies and the coins. But then I got to the player, and this took a lot longer. Why did this take me so long? Well, firstly, I'm not the best at making art. I mean, look at the original player sprite, it's just bad. And secondly, I particularly suck at walking cycles, so to make the walking animation for the player was a bit challenging. The player walking sprite up to this point had just been it just bopping up and down. But after I felt like ages, I finally had a moonwalk. Yep, that's the best I could do. The walking cycle also added this really annoying bug that made the player be able to glitch through the ground and then fly. But finally, after longer than I'd like to admit, I finally fixed it. With the art from the main components of the game done, I went to the next part of the scope creep, which was Ambience. So to make this game feel more real, I added clouds that moved across the top of the screen and some beautiful rolling hills in the background. Like last time, I ran into a huge problem. This time it was screen shake. So it should have been very easy as there's a simple command to make the screen shake, but no, it makes it pretty obvious that the game is surrounded by black, as you can see here, here, and here. So to solve this, I added some off-screen backgrounds that made it when the screen shaked you'd see that instead of just black. And after that was done, this improved the game massively. It made everything feel much more impactful, especially when the coins crashed into the ground and made you lose a life. So how did this take me 100 hours? Well, it's quite simple. The main game, the scope creep, and the features I added that didn't really fit in all took a lot longer than I expected, which resulted in me spending more than 100 hours on this game. Anyway, that's been my journey so far, and I'm still developing new features like making new levels and 2 epic boss fights. If you want to stay up to date with the game's progress, subscribe and ring the bell so you can be notified when another devlog comes out. Anyway, see ya!